And welcome back once again to Daily Justice. I'm your host, Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. My guest today is Mark Hodgson, the family law attorney here in Spokane, Washington, with an interesting topic, which is pretty simple to say. What is divorce? And take it away, Mark.
Well, I guess divorce really is a legal definition. It's when you split a marriage up and people go their separate ways. But I think it's different. I always like to contrast it between what's a divorce and what's a marriage. And I think the two, oddly enough, and I suppose this might be more of an opinion than a legal conclusion, but oddly enough, a divorce has nothing to do with a marriage. A marriage, you start off kind of making a family. You create something that, in my opinion, transcends the law. A divorce is how you're going to end that process. Now, it's sad, and I don't mean to make light of it at all, but I think it's more of a business decision, whereas starting a family, maintaining a family, and loving your family has nothing to do with divorce. Divorce is how are you going to visit your children? How are you going to dispose of your assets that you created as a community? What part of those assets are part of the community? That's the piece. And so if you really can break it down and separate the idea of what is a divorce, what is a marriage, what is a child, those types of things, I think you'll find that your dissolution action will be a lot easier if you can simply take the emotion out of it.
So we're peeling back the layers and to understand legally what the process is.
Mm-hmm. It's not a nice process, let's be honest. It's not something when you get married, you don't think about which divorce lawyer you're going to call. You don't think about how it's going to end. You think you're going to be with this person forever. I hope you do anyway.
Yeah.
And most marriages don't end in divorce. Statistically, I don't think that's true. However, when they do end in divorce, a lot of times it's great if you look at the divorce process as just that, a legal divorce process. And then if you can take the emotion away from it and do what's best for your children, do what's best for you long-term financially, make sure what's fair for you. Maybe you're hurt. Maybe you feel guilty. Maybe there's all sorts of feelings that go into it. Take the feelings out, look at what's best, and especially start out with what's best for the kids, and then go down the line as to how you're going to live your life absent that community, and it's a lot easier.
And that's what happens when a person walks through the door at your offices, is that you're explaining what we're trying to accomplish here and separating the two.
Well, a lot of times a common feeling, not the only feeling, anger. Anger is a very useful feeling if you're being punched. You can get angry, you can punch back. It doesn't really help you end your divorce. Anger is not very useful. You want someone who's not angry. You want someone who's calm-headed. You want to think about the long-term consequences. That's what's important. Anger and emotion, they have their purposes. They have their purposes in life. They have their purposes all throughout it. But they don't really help in this particular process. It's a legal process. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we're good at.
So if a person wants to learn more about how you can help them with this process, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can check out our website, HodgsonLawOffices.com. They can give us a call at 509-327-1415. And, of course, they can email us off of the website. We do see those every day.
All right, Mark Hodgson, thanks very much for being a guest here on Daily Justice.